Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Today I'm going to explain a single level inheritance. First, we'll clear all these files. Okay, first of all, I'll explain for you people a single level inheritance. For single level inheritance, we are going to have only one parent and one child. That's it. Apart from that, we are not going to have a number of childs. Like I'll write single. That's it. Right? Single level inheritance. For the single level inheritance, you think we have only one class and one child. For this, I'll call it as a parent class. For this, I'll call it as a single is called parent class. Here, I'll write one function which is known as public void display. That's it. And I'll be writing here system dot out dot println I'm parent. Just it is going to call I'm parent. That's it. Save the code now. Now again I'll write it another one class which is called I'll write it another one. Source new class. I'll write it as a single there I have written. Here I'll write it as a double. Okay, now I'll finish it. Now in this double class, I'll call it as here child class. I'll call it as a child class. If I want to extract the properties which are there in the parent, using which keyword I have to extract the members? If I want to create a relationship between the two classes, using which keyword I have to create a relationship?
Extends, sir.
Extends, and after I extends, what should I write it?
Single, sir.
Single. So make sure that at the right side you should have the parent class and the left side you should have the child class name. In between these two classes, we should write a extends keyword. Now I have written extends keyword. Now here I'll write it public void show. That's it. Now here I'll write it system dot out dot println I'm in child class. It says that I'm in child class. That's it. Now save this code. Now what I'll do, I'll create a tester class. New class tester. Now I'll include main method. Testers. I'll create finish. Okay, now I'll create here one object. So now say me, if I want to access the methods which are present in the parent class, I mean single class, for which class I have to create object? I have parent class and child class. If I create an object of child class, I can easily access child class methods and variables. At the same time, if I want to access parent class methods, how I should access? Now you say me whether I have to create parent class object or child class object.
Child class object, sir.
Okay. Why we have to create child class object in the sense it is clearly specified in the double class. Double extends single in the sense what all the properties which are present in the single will be accessible by the double. So if you want to access single directly, we can create an object for double. So double D is equal to new double. That's it. Now I'll write it D dot display dot show. That's simple. Save it. Now if I run the code, you can have a look on it. It will be accessible the parent class method as well as of child class. Have you understood? Is it clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, your voice is recording, sir. It's not clear.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you understood the single class inheritance? Yes, is it clear for everyone? Yes, have you understood single level inheritance?
Understood, sir.
Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll move for a multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is nothing but it is just a level of hierarchy of your, similar to your single level inheritance, but we are going to have a number of classes. Okay, here I'll show. Give me 1 minute. Here you can check it out where we have a single level inheritance. You can refer this figure. How the multi-level inheritance works here. See, this boy is a children of this mother, and this lady is the children for this, and this is the children for this, like similar to your ancestors. Okay, you can check it out here. For the first lady, we have cook, sing, dance, and teach. These are the only attributes you have. Whereas coming to the next level of this lady, where here, along with this all the 4 attributes, she have a separate technique. I mean separate characteristics which is called code. Next, you can coming to this. Apart from all these things, she have another 2. One is shotguns, another one is repair electronics. For the next level, all these properties we have, again you have another 2 properties. Like this. In the sense, it is adding the properties along with the inheriting the features from the parents. So multi-level in the sense it can have more than one class, or sorry, more than 2 classes, but each child will be inheriting the properties from the immediate parent. In the multi-level, they are going to access the properties of the immediate parent. Like example, we have class A. I have class B. I have class C. I have next class D. Now what we are going to happen in the inheritance level is B can access only the class A details. Only B can access only class A characteristics. Characteristics can access. Where class C can access only class B characteristics. Class D can access only class C characteristics. In multi-level, we are going to access the properties only the immediate parent class. We cannot access directly D extends A. We cannot write like this. D cannot access class A properties directly. It has to access through the immediate parent, through the C immediate parent and the B immediate parent, like this, which is similar to A colon B, B colon C, and A colon C. If I want to access A class properties, D should access C properties, C should access B properties, B should access A properties. Then D can access easily A properties. But in multi-level, D cannot directly go and access A's properties. It is completely wrong for multi-level inheritance. Is it clear for everyone? Have you understood what you mean by multi-level inheritance? Is it clear? Have you understood what you mean by multi-level inheritance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll move to the coding part. Like example, you think you have animal class. In the animal class, we have void, eat, and speak. Along with that, I have int legs. Sorry, head is equal to 1. Okay, int, and for every animal we are going to have one head, so int head equal to 1. Void public eat and void public sleep. This is parent class. This is parent class. Now I'm moving to the dog class, where dog have int legs equal to 4. Where legs equal to 4, dog will speak with either bark or bow bow. Bark or bow bow, it will do. It will bark. Now, I'm going to create another one animal which is called buffalo. Int class I'll create buffalo. Just I'll finish, click on finish. Now here what I'll write it. Okay, how buffalo will speaks? How buffalo will speaks? I'll create one method which is public void. Here I'll write it speak1. Speak1, open and close parenthesis. Here I'll write it system dot out dot println buffalo will bleed. Will bleed, or either it will do amba. Wow. Okay. This is. Now you say me buffalo should buffalo should want to create a relationship with its parent class. So can anyone say me what is the immediate parent class for buffalo? Extends dog. Okay, animal, dog, buffalo. Now we got it. Now again I'll create another one thing which is called giraffe. Int class I'll create giraffe. Okay, just I'll finish the class. Now here public void speak one, open and close parenthesis. We have here system dot okay, system dot out dot print ln giraffe won't do any sounds. That's it. Give semicolon. But make sure that here we have how many legs we are going to have for giraffe? We are going to have 4 legs, so we don't. So now giraffe will extend buffalo. Buffalo. Save the code. Now what I'll do, I'll go for tester class. Now you say me for which class I have to create object. For which class I have to create object. S. For which class I have to create object in the testers class? If I want to access animal class methods, dog class methods, buffalo class methods, giraffe class methods, for which class I have to create object?
Giraffe, sir.
Okay, if I create a class for giraffe, can I access animal class methods, dog class methods, and buffalo class methods?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'll give show us a picture for that. First, I'll create giraffe object. Giraffe G is equal to new giraffe. Open and close parenthesis. Now, G dot animal have, the animals we have eat and sleep. Animals we have G dot eat. Again G dot sleep. G dot speak. Again G dot speak one. Okay. Again G dot speak two. I've written in the giraffe speak one. Here also speak one I have written. Okay, I'll change it to here speak two. I'll save the code. Here I'll write it G dot speak two and I'll save the code. You can check it out. These two methods are from animal, where eat and sleep are from animal, where speaks from dog class, where speak from buffalo, where speak to from giraffe. You can check it out with the giraffe class. I can extract all the methods. Okay, how in the sense you can check it out here. First I have created animal, and then I have created dog with a buffalo, and next giraffe. What if I create for giraffe? Giraffe is accessing buffalo is accessing dog, and dog is accessing animal. Then giraffe can access animal methods. The same way here it is a chain reaction. Okay, animal extends dog, buffalo extends, giraffe extends buffalo, dog extends buffalo, buffalo extends dog, dog extends animal. It is a completely chain reaction. Then easily giraffe can access dog methods and animal methods. Giraffe can access buffalo methods, and make sure that it will be a bottom to top approach, bottom up approach. It is not top down approach. Animal cannot access dog. Dog cannot access buffalo. Buffalo cannot access giraffe. Don't go in the reverse order. You can check it out. The features what you have are different. The features can be given to your parent. No, it can be given to your child. Okay, what are the features of your parent you have that may be inherited to you? Along with that, you may have some different characteristics that cannot be given to your parent. Okay, like this, giraffe can access buffalo, buffalo can access dog, dog can access animal. Now we will execute and we will see what will be our output. Save the code and run the code. Now you can check it out. These two are from animal. These two are from animals. This is a dog, this is for buffalo, and this is giraffe. Is it clear for everyone? How to write a code for multi-level inheritance? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood? Akshita, Janvi, okay, fine. Liaquat, Sneha,
Yes, sir.
have you understood the concept of multi-level inheritance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Parthasarathi, okay, now I'm going to give a task for you people. You have to write and you have to post it in the chat box. Okay, create 4 classes. One is addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. Okay, in the addition class you should have add method. In the multiplication class you should have mul method. Like this, in four different classes you should have 4 methods. Using the tester class you have to access all the methods. You have to implement multi-level inheritance. Try it out everyone right now. Try it out right now everyone. You have to implement multi-level inheritance. Further, you have to create 4 classes: addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. In the addition class, you should have add method, multiplication mul, subtraction sub, division div. Directly take numbers and you execute in the method itself and print the result in the test. I mean, by accessing one class, you have to print all the methods, or you have to call all the methods and print the result. May I know how many are working on this task? Kindly raise your hands. Only 2 people are working in the 34th strength. What about others are doing?